How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. Also, make sure to head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. Been streaming a bunch of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2, and I will be, of course, streaming Battlefield 2042 and Halo Infinite when those drop later this fall. So make sure you guys are over there following me there so you guys don't miss out on those awesome streams that I at least will do one per week. And as always, we're going to talk about positives and negatives. We're going to be talking about a brand new movie, Escape Room Tournament of Champions, aka Escape Room 2. Of course, this came out here in 2021. And this is a sequel to a horror slash mystery slash thriller slash Saw PG-13 ripoff, escape room, um, fandom movie. This is just something that I've wanted for a long time. This is a sequel that I wanted ever since I saw the first movie. Of course, I've got the first movie on Blu-ray. If you guys have missed out on the first movie's review, just use the search engine here in the YouTube um, part on my channel. Just type in Escape Room. You guys can check out that review, hear my thoughts and opinions on that. But I was really excited for this movie when they finally announced it, especially since the first one ended on a gigantic cliffhanger. And I was like, okay, franchise, let's go. I was not. I did not come out of the theater watching this sequel happy. This is a okay movie. I will say that if you haven't seen the first film, this movie will not have as much of an impact on your movie going experience. I would say you're probably going to need to see the first film to understand what's going on in this movie. This movie does have like a recap section that's like 30 seconds long at the beginning of this movie, so it does a recap of what happened in the first one to catch you up because it's been like what 2 years or so since the first movie came out, which I'm kind of happy they do. But the recap doesn't hit character development, emotional plot points. It really breezes through really fast what happened in the first movie. That being said, it's still an okay PG-13 mystery thriller film with some horror elements. Fantastic production designs, sets, and the traps I thought were extremely cool. The acid New York City thing kind of reminded me of something from like Resident Evil, those movies. Um, the plot threads from the predecessor from the first movie, they are solved. Yet, for a lot of fans that enjoyed the first movie, they're not going to be good enough. I thought they were sufficient, like the plot threads that the first movie left open and that this movie ties up are good enough. They're good enough, but I wanted more. This film is good enough if you enjoyed the first film, or you just want to watch 80 minutes of a Slayer mystery Clue-like film. It's good enough. For some people, that's fine. For me, as a fan of the first movie, though, I really wanted more. I wasn't like let down, but I was just like disappointed, and I really hope that if we get a third movie, because there is a slight confusing cliffhanger that leaves the door open for more movies in this universe and in this franchise. If we get a third film, I really want them to go more into the lore of the people that are creating these life and death escape room scenarios. I want them to dive more into that because I feel like that's where the heart and soul of this franchise is. The traps they've nailed. The traps are always good. They're always unique and different. Like the first film has its own unique set of traps. and they don't copy and paste or reuse any of those traps in the sequel. They're all original, brand new, fresh and innovative, and I like that. I want them to expand more on the lore and more on the characters because these two films struggle in those two departments. Because of that, negative-wise, this film feels nearly the same as the first. This film doesn't take a lot of risks in making the traps unique enough, and it doesn't make it where you care about the characters. The characters in this movie, somehow, I don't care about who lived or died in this movie compared to the first one. I like the characters that were in the first one a lot more. This one, for characters and the character development, just completely sucked. It was shit. And there's no other way to say that. This movie feels like the Hunger Games catching fire to the original Hunger Games movie. Like Escape Room is the Hunger Games. Great premise, great lore, setup, world building, plot, mystery, and thriller elements. Touch of horror. Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, it's catching fire. It does enough that it's, a separate movie, but it doesn't have really too much of improvement. Like, everything was good in the first one is in the second one. Also, Tournament of Champions, this movie, it feels like a part 2, and I feel like it's like it's like the middle ground. It doesn't feel like a true sequel. Like, it doesn't take too many risks. The only thing that they did differently compared to the first movie is different traps. Also, this sequel does tons of unnecessary retconning to the first movie, and because of that, it makes it where there comes a certain point where you as an audience member can get bored because it's rewriting the rules at times to what happened and what was established in the first film. The greatest example of this is that you don't know who the game designer is. You don't know who designs all these escape rooms. And that was one of the great mysteries of the first movie. Well, you get to the end of the first movie, and you obviously think, because of what happens at the end of the movie, I don't want to spoil it in case you guys haven't seen it yet, but if you know what happens at the end of the first film, you know that the game maker, the person that creates these escape rooms, is working for the evil corporation that is creating all these life and death scenarios for everybody. Well, at the end of Escape Room Tournament of Champions, spoiler alert, it is revealed that the person that creates all these life and death scenarios and escape rooms, the person that is the game master, the game maker, is a person that has survived the past escape room tournament. So that means that there are people that are working for this evil corporation that are just doing it because they have family or friends that are being held captive by this evil corporation. I don't even remember what the name of the evil corporation is. I think it's Minos or something. It's really stupid, whatever their name is. But that's just one of the retcons that they do, and I'm just like, okay, the person that should be creating all these elaborate death traps should be someone a little more loyal to this evil corporation, not a person that has survived the past one, and they're just doing it because you are literally holding a gun to their daughter's head. I'm sorry, but that's just a really bad retcon, and it's a really bad revelation that happens in this movie towards the end. Sorry, spoilers. That's the biggest one that stuck out to me. There's probably other ones that are in this film. I don't want to talk about too much of them because this review would be like 30 to 40 minutes long. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Overall, Escape Room Tournament of Champions, it wasn't like a gigantic letdown. I was disappointed as a fan of the first film, and I hope that if they do decide to move forward with a third film, they look at these two movies and see what people enjoyed about them, improve upon those, but also fix the problems that I have talked about in my first review for Escape Room 1 and for this review. There's tons of room for improvement, no pun intended. There's tons of room for improvement. And I hope that the third movie will be able to bring about the best of both of these movies into a satisfying conclusion. I would like a third one, and then I would like it to stop, because I feel like at that point, it'll be like 2023, 2024 by the time we get it. And I feel like the fandom of this franchise will be done after that movie comes out, and the whole, worldwide phenomenon of the escape room as an idea and as a franchise is going to die. And I think 3 movies is perfect enough. They don't need to drag this on like Saw or Fast and Furious, where it becomes boring and repetitive and they run out of unique ideas. So with that, I'm going to give this movie, Escape Room Tournament of Champions from 2021, a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video or stream.